The latest financial report released by the American sportswear giant Nike on Thursday, December 21st, has left many foreign enterprises with substantial market shares in China taken aback. Nike's second quarter report reveals a 1% revenue growth, reaching $13.39 billion, slightly below the expected $13.43 billion. Sales in the Greater China region increased by 4% to $1.86 billion, falling short of the anticipated $1.95 billion. Nike has also revised down its sales expectations for the current fiscal year, ending in May, from a previous low double-digit growth rate less than 10%, to 1%. The management has announced plans to cut costs by $2 billion over the next 3 years. Nike once again sounded the alarm on the Chinese economy, warning of adverse factors in the market. After Beijing lifted strict zero-COVID policies at the end of last year, the Chinese economy has remained sluggish. Other companies with substantial business operations in China have also recently reported weakness. Last month, Apple announced a 2.2% decline in quarterly revenue in its third-largest market, China, amounting to $15.1 billion, far below Wall Street's expected $17 billion. Amid China's economic downturn, authorities issued new regulations on December 22 to clamp down on the online gaming industry, causing stocks of companies like Tencent and NetEase to plummet. Some analysts argue that Chinese Communist Party leader Xi Jinping has once again taken down an industry, pushing China's economy into the abyss. China's National Press and Publication Administration solicited public opinions on the regulations on the management of online games on the 22nd, intending to implement new rules to curb inducement rewards and high-priced virtual item transactions in online games. Upon the news, Tencent's stock in Hong Kong plummeted by 12.4%, closing at HKD 274, marking its lowest closing level since late November 2022, with a loss of approximately $43.5 billion and a market value evaporation of $43.5 billion. NetEase's stock experienced a sharp decline of 24.6%, closing at HKD 122, resulting in a market value loss of approximately $14.7 billion. Ji Weidong, chairman of Shanghai Chaos Investment Company, expressed his anger at the authorities on WeChat, stating, "Rescue on one side, sabotage on the other." He questioned the viability of operating and investing in such a business environment, emphasizing the need for a more lenient business atmosphere. He argued that restricting minors makes sense, but adults spending their own money on games should not be regulated. He bluntly stated, "The vitality of the economy has been played to death. No one dares to invest, and everything is peaceful." His post resonated widely among Chinese netizens. On December 22, Masao Yashita, Taipei bureau chief of Japan's Nikkei Shimbun, mocked Beijing authorities on Facebook, saying, "Is this regulation too broad? It feels like China's gaming industry will soon be on its deathbed." Shanghai Tesla in massive layoffs. In 2023, a wave of job cuts hit China's internet industry, causing a surge in unemployment and a large-scale salary reduction for government officials. Shanghai's real estate market collapses, leading to a wave of mortgage defaults, and 2024 looks even worse. China's economy has once again taken a hit, with Tesla's departure casting a shadow over Shanghai. The latest news reveals that the Tesla factory in Shanghai will lay off 1,000 employees, becoming a significant blow to the Shanghai government. This layoff turmoil has sparked tension within the Shanghai government. According to insiders, the Shanghai government has urgently entered into negotiations with Tesla's top management, attempting to retain this crucial project in Shanghai. In order to keep Tesla, the Shanghai government is offering a series of new incentives and policies. This reflects the urgency of the situation, but it has also raised concerns about the sustainability of Shanghai's economy. In recent years, Shanghai has witnessed the departure of numerous foreign investment enterprises, leading to a continuous decline in the city's economy. Tesla's departure undoubtedly adds to the existing challenges. This raises questions about the legitimacy of China's foreign policies. Experts point out that if China continues its confrontational stance with the world, foreign investment enterprises are likely to become regular departures, pushing Shanghai's economy into even more difficult circumstances. Famous journalist Zhao Lanjian posted on Twitter, "Mass unemployment, 100 million people flock to ride-hailing services." If this number is accurate, it would be a staggering event that could potentially trigger larger economic and social issues. Close to 1/10 of the Chinese population is engaging in ride-hailing, and the economic return from owning a car has fallen below that of a bicycle delivery rider. This peculiar economic phenomenon, rarely seen in economics, has almost entirely manifested in contemporary China. Recently, Victor Harbor Investments founder Zhou Kaixuan quoted words from Li Ka-shing. Li Ka-shing began warning in January 2021 that when it rains, it pours, urging vigilance as the economy is bound to take a steep fall. Those who did not secure additional funds by the end of 2021 would be in a pitiful state, according to Li Ka-shing. "Mr. Li is wise," Zhou Kaixuan said. After Li Ka-shing's warning, he recommended that all companies associated with Victor Harbor Investments extend their reserves. 80% of the companies that heed this advice extended their funds by 24 to 36 months, effectively saving them from a crisis. In Shanghai, the phrase, "finance is dead," has gained popularity, raising questions about the severity of the situation. Commenting on this, news commentator Yao Huizhen explained that Shanghai, being a financial hub, faces a grim scenario due to the complete withdrawal of foreign capital. The departure of foreign funds signifies an economic downturn, leading to vacant properties, especially in office buildings. Currently, Shanghai has an alarming vacancy rate of 21%, indicating a significant impact on the real estate market. The economic downturn is affecting various sectors, including white-collar workers and those in the financial industry, leading to a visible decline in consumption. In another analysis, TV host Wang Jian expressed concerns about the Chinese government's policies, predicting an impending economic downturn next year. The two crucial issues in the current Chinese economy are local government debt and the real estate market. Wang Jian highlighted the importance of two upcoming meetings by key ministries, the Ministry of Housing and Urban-Rural Development and the Ministry of Finance. Discussing the core of China's economic policy for the coming year, Wang Jian mentioned the National Housing and Urban-Rural Development Conference scheduled for December 2022 in Beijing. Minister Ni Hong emphasized the policy of housing for living, not for speculation, indicating a continuation of President Xi Jinping's firm stance on real estate market regulation. The forecast is that the real estate market will not experience a soft or hard landing, but rather a direct evaporation of value. The National Financial Work Conference, taking place on December 21, 22 in Beijing, reviewed the financial work of 2023, with Finance Minister Lian Guofan presenting a work report. However, the conference did not address the pressing issues of local financial difficulties and local government debt, indicating a potential oversight of the most critical issues facing the country. Possible reasons for this oversight include the lack of resources and solutions within the finance ministry and the staggering local debt of 106 trillion yuan, making it a challenging problem to address. The real estate market plays a pivotal role in determining the overall tone of the Chinese economy. Based on the Ministry of Housing and Urban-Rural Development Conference, it is evident that the real estate market will continue to slump next year, thereby influencing the overall economic situation in China. Additionally, the challenges faced by local economies, a consequence of the shift in national priorities over the past decade under Xi Jinping's leadership, contribute to financial difficulties for local governments. This, in turn, affects employment opportunities, leading to higher unemployment rates as local economies struggle. The correlation between a weakened real estate market and economic downturn, coupled with local financial challenges, raises concerns about the potential for increased unemployment and societal difficulties, reminiscent of historical figures like Li Zicheng, who emerged during times of economic hardship. Li Zicheng was a peasant uprising leader at the end of the Ming dynasty, initially a soldier who, due to unemployment and poverty, joined a peasant uprising and eventually overthrew the Ming dynasty. China's Lehman crisis might fully explode in 2024. 2023 could be the worst economic year for China in the past 40 years, particularly marked by a sharp decline in the stock market and real estate, leading to a substantial decrease in the personal assets of ordinary Chinese citizens. In comparison to the United States, China's GDP was 72% of the U.S. in 2022, but it dropped to 64% by 2023. With the ongoing banking crisis in China, experts believe that the Chinese residents' massive savings of 200 trillion yuan are becoming the last target for the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Meng Jun, a Chinese entrepreneur residing in the United States, expressed on the new Tang Dynasty TV's Elite Forum program that the future of China's economy is not just bleak, but even bleaker. Observing the continuous defense of the stock market around the 2,900-point mark by the CCP in recent days, Meng Jun noted that despite efforts to prop up the market using various indicators, it cannot salvage the current downtrend because the net outflow of northbound funds, essentially foreign capital withdrawal, has reached nearly 200 billion yuan over the past 4 months. This capital flight is a formidable challenge for the stock market, making it difficult for the national team to stabilize the market. If the 2,900-point level cannot be maintained, the entire stock market might collapse. Meng Jun further stated on Elite Forum that looking at the current state of China's economy, one can imagine how challenging 2024 might be. With local governments burdened with massive debt, the CCP's usual approach is to issue new bonds to repay old ones. However, this raises the question of what to do with the newly issued debt. The CCP's likely solution is to let ordinary people buy the bonds since they still have significant savings in banks. Meng Jun emphasized the imminent threat to the people's savings, as the CCP has set its sights on the trillions of yuan held by residents. With new banking regulations in place, withdrawing large sums of money from banks has become difficult, and individuals are now subjected to intense scrutiny about the legality of their funds, creating a frightening situation.